How many times have you felt like you're progressing towards something, but when you look back, you realize that you've only been doing a lot of busy work, but you're nowhere closer to where you're getting to? Right, so I'm sure you guys have heard of the analogy of the hamster on a wheel, where it seems like it's making a lot of progress. It feels emotional about everything and using a lot of energy, but it's not progressing anywhere compared to someone who is just taking some small strides and towards the right direction, right? So as developers, and even in other fields as well, you'll find yourself in a constant state of being occupied by activities, being occupied by a lot of things. So, for example, you've been answering emails all week, making calls, attending lots of meaningless meetings, and doing lots of work but this a lot of this work that you've been doing is not moving you closer to where you want to be, right? And this is something that Jim Rohn, I'm sure you guys are aware of Jim Rohn, talks about this, where we mistake movement for progress. And that is something that I think we need to be aware of when you're doing something. For example, today's on a Friday. Look back from what you've been doing since Monday up to today. Do you feel that you've made any progress? Like, be really, really critical of everything that you've done, and see, you'll most of us will realize that you've been moving up and down throughout the week, and you feel so exhausted, and you feel that, okay, now I deserve a weekend break. But when you just try to inspect these things further, you realize that you've not made any progress throughout the week, or you've made like little to no progress, right? So I'd like us to be aware of this as much as we can. Whenever you're learning, especially when you're learning, actually, you'll find yourself doing programming. You've been writing code throughout the week, but when you try and look back, you realize that you didn't make any much progress. Reason being, you didn't have a specific goal that you're working towards, and you didn't probably break down everything that you're going to do, and sort of achievable milestones for each and every day that you're going to be learning something, so that by the end of the week you have a bigger milestone that you're measuring towards, so that when you look back, you can sort of see some progress that you have already made, right? And I'm also trying to learn how to be really good at this, because sometimes I also feel that I've done a lot of work, but when I look back, I haven't done anything. So do not mistake motion for progress. You need to be very critical about everything that you've done, and whether it is serving the major goal that you set or not. Have a great weekend ahead.